There are few rivers on Earth that can claim to have shaped not just geography, but civilization itself. Today on DeQuant.Studio, we journey along one such river, the mighty Ganges, whose story is intertwined with the very soul of India. The story begins high in the Himalayan peaks, where glacial ice melts into the first droplets of what will become one of the world's most iconic waterways. At Gomukh, the Cow's Mouth Glacier, the river takes its first breath at over 13,000 feet above sea level. From this sacred source, it will travel more than 1,500 miles to the Bay of Bengal, touching the lives of over 500 million people along the way. But the Ganges is more than just flowing water. It is history in motion. Archaeological evidence shows civilizations flourishing along its banks as far back as 3,300 BCE. Think about that for a moment. While the ancient Egyptians were building their first pyramids, the people of the Indus Valley were already establishing sophisticated cities with advanced drainage systems, all nourished by this remarkable river. For millions, the Ganges, or Ganga as she is lovingly called, is not simply water but a goddess, a mother, a savior. In Hindu tradition, she descended from heaven when Lord Shiva caught her in his matted locks, breaking her fall so her waters wouldn't shatter the earth. At Varanasi, one of the world's oldest continuously inhabited cities, the relationship between river and human reaches its most profound expression. For over 3,000 years, pilgrims have come to these ghats to immerse themselves in what they believe are sacred waters. Every day, as the first light breaks across the horizon, thousands gather at the river's edge to offer prayers, creating one of humanity's most enduring spiritual traditions. The numbers are staggering. During the Kumbh Mela, the largest religious gathering on Earth, up to 120 million people come to bathe at the confluence of the Ganges and Yamuna rivers. This single gathering, visible from space, represents the largest assembly of humans for a single purpose in our history. But the Ganges story extends beyond spiritual devotion. This river has been the lifeblood of empires. The Maurya Empire, India's first major imperial power, established its capital at Pataliputra, modern-day Patna, right on the banks of the Ganges. From this strategic location, Emperor Ashoka ruled a kingdom that encompassed most of the Indian subcontinent in the 3rd century BCE. Later, the Mughal Empire would establish significant centers of power along the river, including Agra and Delhi. The Ganges became not just a spiritual highway, but a commercial and strategic one as well. Control of the river meant control of trade, agriculture, and military movement. Essentially, it meant power. When European powers arrived, they too recognized the river's importance. The British East India Company established its first major foothold in Bengal, at the Ganges Delta, and used the river to penetrate deeper into the subcontinent. Calcutta, now Kolkata, rose from a cluster of villages to become the capital of British India, all because of its position on this mighty waterway. Beyond empires and religions, the Ganges is, most fundamentally, a river of life. Its basin covers more than 400,000 square miles, an area larger than France, Germany, and the United Kingdom combined. This fertile land produces nearly 40% of India's food, feeding hundreds of millions. The biodiversity supported by the Ganges is equally impressive. Despite mounting environmental challenges, the river is home to more than 140 fish species, the rare Ganges River dolphin, and countless birds and reptiles. For centuries, communities have sustained themselves through fishing these waters, developing intricate techniques passed down through generations. In the Delta region, the Sundarbans form the world's largest mangrove forest, a UNESCO World Heritage Site and a critical buffer against cyclones and rising sea levels. Here, in this labyrinth of water and land, the iconic Bengal tiger makes its home, perhaps the most famous resident of this river's extended family. But the Ganges faces unprecedented challenges today. As India underwent rapid industrialization, the river that has given so much to so many began to suffer. By the early 21st century, pollution levels reached crisis points. Industrial waste, Untreated sewage and religious practices combine to create one of the world's most pressing environmental emergencies. The statistics are sobering. Portions of the river contain bacterial counts up to 100 times the safe limit for bathing. Over 1 billion liters of raw sewage enter its waters daily. For a river revered as pure, this paradox has become a national reckoning. Yet, there is hope. In 2014, the Indian government launched the Namami Gange program, committing over $3 billion to clean the river. New sewage treatment plants, stricter industrial regulations, and innovative technologies are beginning to make a difference. In some stretches, water quality has improved significantly, and wildlife is slowly returning. Equally important is the growing grassroots movement. Countless local organizations and individuals are taking action, organizing cleanup drives, educating communities, and developing sustainable alternatives for religious practices. Young people especially are reconnecting with the river not just as a religious symbol, but as an ecological treasure that must be protected. The story of the Ganges is still being written. Climate change brings new uncertainties. Himalayan glaciers are retreating, threatening the river's very source. Increased flooding and droughts test the resilience of millions who depend on its waters. But innovation offers new possibilities too. Satellite monitoring now tracks pollution sources with unprecedented precision. Eco-friendly cremation practices reduce wood consumption and river pollution. Water treatment technologies grow more sophisticated and affordable each year. As our journey along this magnificent river comes to an end, we're reminded that the Ganges is more than a geographical feature on a map. It is a timeline of human civilization, a living deity to millions, an ecological marvel, and ultimately, a mirror reflecting our relationship with the natural world. From its icy origins in the Himalayas to its merger with the sea, the Ganges has witnessed empires rise and fall, faiths bloom and evolve, and communities adapt and endure. Through it all, the river has continued its eternal journey eastward, carrying not just water, but stories, beliefs, hopes, and dreams. In the face of modern challenges, the resilience of this ancient river offers a powerful lesson. Like the Ganges itself, humanity has the capacity to adapt, to purify, to find new paths forward while honoring the wisdom of the past. If you've enjoyed this journey through time along the banks of this legendary river, please hit the like button and subscribe to DeQuant.Studio for more stories that connect our past to our present and future. Share this video to spread awareness about this incredible river that continues to shape history. Thank you for joining us on this epic journey. Until next time, this is DeQuant.Studio, bringing you the stories that changed our world.